Let's go live now to Alice Springs. I'm joined by local business owner Sam Edelman, who's also a director of the Northern Territory Chamber of Commerce. Sam, thanks for your time. Last night, a few thousand locals gathered to discuss the crisis, the crime crisis in the town. From your perspective, it didn't last long, did it? Talk us through what happened for our viewers who might not be familiar with this story from last night.
Hi, Kieran. So we've got another local business owner in town who has effectively taken it upon himself to put forward a motion to sue the NT government for a lack of duty of care. And basically the meeting last night, which was amazingly well attended, there was probably 2,500 people there, was to start that process. Now, I don't think the end game is necessarily to sue the NT government, but I think it's to really put out the message that we would like some action taken. The Alice Springs community would like some action taken by the NT government to try and resolve some of the youth crime and antisocial behaviour issues that are occurring on the streets of Alice Springs every day and every night. I don't think someone told me
so it's erupted onto the sort of the national stage. You said that the meeting wrapped up. I think it was wrapped up early. I think it was only 20 minutes or so. Do you feel that there's been some improvement, first of all, in the crime situation since the Prime Minister's visit and since those additional restrictions have been put in place?
So firstly, addressing that, I think the meeting finished abruptly, but it didn't wrap up early. My impression was that the host of the meeting, Garth, basically got across everything that he wanted to say. And it was getting a little bit fiery. He didn't want to have people share their stories as such because that's not what his goal was. And so he just finished the meeting abruptly. As far as the alcohol restrictions go, I've not seen any noticeable difference yet. I think that they are really just one layer of a whole onion of issues surrounding Alice Springs. Controlling supply of alcohol is the easiest issue to deal with, and but youth crime is as a local businessman, that's probably the bigger impact that I see.
And when it comes to the crime levels, can you explain to our viewers some of the episodes that you've encountered in recent weeks?
So personally, I've dealt with a couple of break-ins at my business. We have regularly had broken windows and break-ins, and it's not a new thing. I've had a business in town for 10 years, and I budget probably $20,000 a year for broken windows. So I know to expect that that's going to happen, and that has not, in my instance, that's not grown over the past 6 months. It's been something that's around for a long time. Some of the youths I engage with and my team engage with at my business, and we really enjoy engaging with those kids and just really trying to help them out where we can as well. But at the same time, it's a bigger picture. It's a lack of education. It's housing. It's a huge issue in Central Australia that needs to be taken a lot further than an alcohol restriction.
But the first move needs to be tighter restrictions. You said that was the easiest thing to do, at least to try and stem some of the damage being done. Would you agree with that?
So that's the easiest thing for the government to do. But the youth crime that's a bigger issue has been around for a long time, and I feel like that's not being adequately addressed.
So when it comes to the alcohol restrictions, do you support that?
I support restrictions on alcohol, definitely. I don't know in what shape or form the restrictions will be most effective, but I think that also the demand needs to be tempered, because the demand is obviously driving the supply, and just limiting supply is impacting businesses, and it's impacting everyone in the community, whether they do the right or wrong thing. But there needs to be a method from the government to temper demand. There's a reason people are drinking. Maybe we need to help them to have jobs and find meaning in their lives that takes them away from that desire.